Hi children, welcome back to the lesson Physical and Chemical Changes. Here in previous class we discussed about some physical and chemical changes with examples. Now let us discuss about the importance of chemical change. Chemical change is very important in our daily life. For example, the metals they are extracted from their ore, metal ores we call them as. So from the metal ore they are available in the form of different compounds. From the compounds, by the many chemical changes, we could take out the metals separately. So simply cleaning of metal, it requires a chemical reaction, so it is chemical change. And whereas many medicines they are prepared by carrying a chain of chemical reactions, so this is also a chemical change. So in our daily life the preparation of medicine can be done by chemical changes. And as well as the materials such as plastic, soap, detergent, perfume, acids, bases, salts, all made by carrying out the chemical changes. And as well as here every new material is discovered, every new material is discovered by chemical changes. Every new material is discovered by chemical changes. Why? Because the new substance is formed in chemical change, so that every new material can be discovered with the help of chemical change. And now let us see a chemical change which causes the damage. For example, ozone. Now negative effects. Ozone, do you know what is ozone? Ozone is the protective layer that is present around the earth. Now it is, if you imagine it is earth, now around the earth in the stratosphere, troposphere, stratosphere, in between there is a protective layer called ozone. And this ozone, it prevents the entry of harmful rays like ultraviolet rays, we call UV rays. These UV rays can be prevented by the ozone layer, so that normal rays they enter or they fall on the earth surface, but whereas the harmful rays, UV rays, gamma rays, they are going to be prevented by the ozone layer. But here by the human activity, day by day we are producing CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons. These chlorofluorocarbons they move up and they reacts with ozone. Actually ozone is in O3 form. Now due to this chemical reaction with the CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, ozone become oxygen molecules. When it become oxygen molecule, there is a formation of hole in the, means there is nothing but a gap formed in the ozone layer. Now from these gaps many harmful rays they fall on the earth and they causes cancer or skin related diseases. Even they can able to spoil the monuments, etc. So this is the best example for the chemical change which is causing a huge damage. So we should not pollute the air, we should not use more CFC producing appliances. Okay, and one more damage by the chemical change is that rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. What is meant by rusting? Here rust is a red brown flake that appear on the iron object. It is a red brown flake that appear on the iron object. On iron object there is formation of red and brown flake. How do it appear? Here when iron objects are left in damp air. What is meant by damp air? Damp means wet, moist. The air which contain water vapor, more moisture. So this damp air means with water vapor. When we left the iron objects in this air, then automatically they get corrodes, or otherwise they get rusted. Means they form the red brown flake, and this process is called rusting. Here, in presence of damp air, it reacts with oxygen. In presence of water vapor, it reacts with oxygen, so that it forms the red brown flake called rust. This process is called as rusting. Let us see that. Here, iron, the formula is Fe, and iron, it reacts with oxygen. Iron reacts with oxygen, and it is denoted as O2. Now, in presence of water, it becomes iron oxide. It becomes iron oxide. It is called iron oxide. Iron oxide is the actual rust that is formed on the metal objects. Have you understood? Here, iron, it is reacting with oxygen in presence of water, and it is forming iron oxide. So here, for rusting process, it require mainly, number one, the presence of oxygen. There should be presence of oxygen, and number two, there should be water vapor. There should be water vapor. In presence of these two conditions, every iron object can get rusted. Okay, so here both oxygen and water, they are present in the moist air, so that it can easily rust the object. For example, if you keep the iron material in fresh water and salt water, if it is fresh water, if it is salt water, then iron object get rusted faster in the sea water, less faster in the fresh water. So this is why here, whenever we place the objects in the coastal region, there is a huge moisture is present in the air. So because of huge moisture, it can able to rust the faster. Whereas in normal dry area, there is no chance to get rusting. Why? Because there is no damp air. It is the dry region. So in the coastal region, the iron material or iron objects, they get rust faster than the normal condition. So what happens if we get the rust? Then what happens? The rusting of iron, it is a continuous process which slowly eats up the iron object. And what happens? Then make it useless object. For example, the objects are the vehicles like bridges, grills, railings, gates, and the bodies of cars, buses, trucks, ships, all they are going to rust because of damp air. So when they become rust, the things, they become useless. We are unable to use them perfectly. So this is the damage caused by the chemical reaction called rusting. Okay, so here we can able to successfully prevent rusting of iron objects by following some methods. Here what we have to do, here the main things are supply of oxygen and supply of water. So simply, if you cut off the supply of oxygen, if you cut off the supply of water onto the object, then we can prevent the rusting. Have you got that? Right. So how can you cut off oxygen and water supply to the iron object? Here we can cut off them by using paint. Number one, by painting. I'll explain you later, but remember what are the methods here. By painting, you can cut off the entry of air or contact of water to the iron object by painting it. And number one, applying grease or oil. When you apply the grease or oil, it also prevent. And as well as galvanization process, and electroplating method. and as well as chromium coating, or otherwise we call it as electroplating method, and preparation of stainless steel. Stainless steel can prevent the rusting of iron. Even in case of ships and pillars, they can be followed any one of these method to prevent it, right? So here it is about prevention of rusting. We'll discuss all about them in the next class. Okay, so I hope you understood today's class about the rusting, how the iron objects get rusted and what are the conditions it require, and the changes between physical and chemical change. What are the difference between them? In physical change there is no new substance, in chemical change there is formation of new substance. In physical change it is a temporary change, and in chemical change it is permanent change. Physical change is it is reversible physical change, whereas chemical change is irreversible, and here it require a little energy to be absorbed or to release, whereas chemical change it require more heat, more light, or it absorbs or releases more heat and light. So these are the differences. We'll discuss about preventing of rusting of iron objects in the further classes. Thank you.